My first attempt at this now 20 years earlier was called CEOTS. The acronym stood for Community Equal Opportunity Training Systems. I've always wanted to include everybody in this body of movement. And I wanted to do it early on, and it did okay. And I had companies looking at it, but I wasn't still quite embodied enough in my own mind at that age as I was still progressing. And you just keep growing back to go forward. So finally, I then became a wellness director. I did some lectures. I went across a lot of different places in the fitness industry, did bone density, did express on wheels with people that were quadriplegics, paraplegics, spina bifida, worked with children that were injured that couldn't crawl. So all of a sudden I had this large scope and decided I was going to come back in and try one more time. And that's when I created the Alston method. And I did that out of my last big fitness facility called Berkshire Functional Fitness, which is actually where I met Janine.
Yep.
And she came in and listened to me and heard me and said, wow, you have something different. Let's let the outer package meet this inner package that I hear in your body and your brain. And she dressed it up for me. The Alston method finally comes out, and it's 8 essential movements. And it's really based on something that everybody has. And we all have 2 shoulders. We all have 2 hips, we all have 2 knees, and we all have 2 ankle bones. So those are what I base everything on, is these 8 essential movements, these 8 angles. I've designed it so that you can do it if you're in a wheelchair, any kind of chair, if you're old, if you're young, whatever that feels like to you. I designed it so that if you are beyond the balance and stability issues and not injured, but you're just working on embodying your own body now, there's a level that's the same 8 essential movements that you do without weight, but it's just about your body's movements and finding those and finding your own patterns within. Because that's the thing, is making sure these distinctions are that we are all actually the same. And that when you take these different modalities that have been released into the fitness wellness industry that I'm well versed in, and you separate them, and their basis is coming from non-origin of science and nature, you've now separated people. You've now made it very hard for people to understand that they have the right to access their body. So I designed the most simple, most profound movement methodology in the world to date.